Welcome to my 100 Days in Stardew Valley challenge. I am splitting this challenge up into 4 separate videos so that each season gets its own separate little video, just mostly to make my life a little bit easier, and I thought it was just different to what everyone else was doing. I am using mods, but they are mostly aesthetic mods. All of my mods will be linked in the description of the videos. Now, further on in the video, there is a couple of mods that did accidentally get used from previous save files that I was working on. It doesn't alter the way the challenge was performed whatsoever. It was just an accidental thing that was left on. It doesn't change the way that I did things. It doesn't change anything. It was just something that accidentally got left on. So I did want to say that now, just before anyone comes out and attacks me for leaving it on. But most of my mods are just aesthetic ones, aside from obviously the no fence decay. But I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you stick around for the other 3 installments because I had a lot of fun making these. I set myself 4 goals for this challenge. So I wanted to complete the community center, and I also wanted to max out every skill. I wanted to upgrade the house, but I didn't really care about the cellar, so I just wanted to make sure the house was upgraded. And lastly, I wanted to at least have one of every animal, but I didn't want to go crazy with the animals, if that makes sense. Day 1 is mostly just clearing away stuff in front of the farm so I can plant all the parsnips and plant whatever other crops that I get from Pierre's when I obviously go and buy them from Pierre's, or plant any of the wild seeds that I end up getting along the way. I'll usually clear a decent section of the land, but because this farm doesn't have a very big farming space, I didn't really bother with it because there wasn't really any point to it. And then usually I'll just craft a chest to put all of the random stuff that I collect throughout the day so that I'm not just hoarding it in my inventory. I then decided to go look for some more mixed seeds so that I didn't have to rush to Pierre's and waste all of my money straight away. But I didn't find as many as I hoped. I still found a couple, just not as much as I'd hoped I would find on my farm, but it was better than nothing. I also did make a secondary chest to put anything I needed for the community center in it so that I could easily find it later on. By the end of day 1, I leveled up my foraging and we are ready for day 2. That morning I got the letter from Willie letting me know that he has the fishing rod, so I went down to the beach to collect it from him, and then I spent the rest of the morning fishing in hopes that I could either catch some fish for the community center or I could maybe level up my fishing just a tiny bit. I then decided to switch fishing spots in hopes to get some more fish for the community center, just for a little bit of a variety. I then stopped by Pierre's to grab some of the seeds for the community bundle so that I could get them planted straight away. I also decided to explore down the far corner of the map to go get some more spring onions just so I could make a tiny bit more money, seeing as I just used all of my money to buy more crops. And by the end of day 2, I have leveled up my fishing. And surprisingly, I have done it twice. Day 3 was the first rainy day on the island, so I used the rain as a perfect excuse to plant the crops, and then I just spent the entire rest of my day fishing. Day 4 was just foraging and cutting down some trees so I could get some resources, but by the end of day 4 I did manage to level my foraging up to level 2, so that's going to help me in the long run. And day 5, my absolute favorite day, Marnie is here asking if I will adopt my dog. I have a Psyduck reshader mod that turns the pet into a Psyduck, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. and of course I just had to adopt it. I then stopped at the traveling merchant to buy some fish, and then went on with my day with a little bit more foraging just to see if I could make a little bit more money. Day 6, and I was finally able to head into the mines, so my aim was to get down as many levels as possible, even though I was only able to make it down to at least level 5, but that was not so bad for the first time in the mines. I then decided to go to Clint to break open the geodes that I had, and then put whatever I had in the museum just so that I didn't have to take it home, and put it in one of the chests. And after day 6, I have managed to level up my mining. Day 7, and I managed to make it down to level 15 in the mines and gained access to the Adventurers Guild, where I decided to sell my old rundown sword for a slightly better sword, where I thought I would do just a little bit better in the mines and I felt a little bit safer. I also decided it was time to build a furnace so I could start smelting some copper. Day 8, and we've finally unlocked the community center, so we are finally making some progress in the actual storyline. Day 9, and it was time to head over to the Wizard's Tower so that he could unlock the secret of the Junimos, so that we could actually start being able to unlock things in the community center to progress more in the storyline. By now, I have a chest full of stuff ready for the community center that I have just been saving since day 1. I have been able to fill the spring foraging bundle, and I have been able to put a couple of different ones here and there. I've also been able to finish the lake fish bundle thanks to the traveling merchant who had a sturgeon on the first Friday of the week, and I was able to just fill a couple of random ones here and there with a couple of fish that I had lying around. I decided that I wanted to go back into the mines and wanted to get further down into the mines. I wasn't happy that I was only at level 15, so I decided to go back into the mines and see how much further I could go down. And to my surprise, I actually did make it down quite a few levels by the end of day 9. I ended up making it down to level 30, which I didn't think I was going to even make it past level 20, but I surprised myself and made it down another 15 levels by the end of day 9. And by the end of day 9, I have leveled up my mining to level 2. Day 10 was mostly just more foraging, just to see if I could get some more stuff for the community center, and then straight back to the mines to see how much further I could get. I managed to get a slingshot at level 40, and then also got to level 50. Day 11, and Robin had lost her axe, so I decided I better go find that for her and take that straight away. And then because it was raining, I decided why not plant some more crops. And then the rest of my day was spent fishing, of course. Day 12 was Friday, so I went to see if the traveling merchant had anything for the community center. I then stopped by at the museum to take anything that I had in the chests from cracking open geodes, just to get them out of my way so I didn't clog up the chest with artifacts and gemstones. Day 13 is the Egg Festival, and I only ever come here for the strawberry seeds, but I did decide to take part in the egg hunt, and of course I won. And I did have to include the proof that I won, just so that everyone did believe that I beat all of the children this time. Day 14, and I planted all of my strawberry seeds, and then I took some things over to the community center because my chest was starting to get a little bit full, and I had one bundle that was ready to be completed, and I just had some that were just missing just some things. So I just decided to just put them in now, otherwise my chest is just going to start overflowing again. But I did manage to finish the spring crops bundle, so that is another bundle complete. Everything else at the moment is just missing like one or two things, but that's okay because we're only on day 14, so that's obviously to be expected. By the end of day 14, we have finally leveled up to level 3 in farming. Day 15, I seem to have been blessed with a lot of spring onions, and I'm very happy about that because every time I go foraging there seems to be a lot of them. And I'm not complaining because I get to make money from that. Day 16 is mostly just picking salmon berries from bushes. I try to go around the map and pick all of them. In hindsight, I miss a couple because I usually forget that some bushes exist in some parts of the map, so I do forget where some of them are, and I did also manage to complete the crab pot bundle, but then I went straight back to picking salmon berries from the bushes, so that is basically all I did on day 16. And again, it's just all footage of me picking salmon berries. Day 17, I planted more potatoes because for some reason I wanted more potatoes. I'm not exactly sure. But then I headed to the community center to complete the sticky bundle. Day 18 is the last day, I'm pretty sure, that you can pick salmon berries, so I'm pretty sure that's all I did, apart from the fact that I did stop into Pierre's to buy the bag upgrade because I was getting really sick of not having it. And then I did decide to go back into the mines, where I did manage to get down to at least level 65. And then by the time I got back home, I decided to open my to-do list and add all of the things that I wanted to get ready to start building, like the coop and the barn. And I also added the house upgrade so that I could get ready to start building those, because those are also a part of my challenges. By the end of day 18, I leveled up my farming to level 4. My foraging also was leveled up to level 5, and I chose the gatherer profession. My mining was level 3, and I'm pretty sure my combat was level 2, but then it also leveled up to level 3. Day 19, and I finally had enough money that I decided I was gonna go to Robin's and I was gonna buy the chicken coop so that I could knock that one off my list straight away. And of course, I decided to go straight back into the mines to see how far I could get down. And of course, I accidentally clicked the wrong level straight away. And it's here that I've also noticed that my one-hit kill was on from another video that I was working on. I don't know how I missed that when I was playing it, but it completely missed it when I was filming it. But that is my bad, but it's too late now, it happened. But I did manage to get down to level 75, and my mining is level 4 now. Day 20, and it is raining again, so I took the opportunity to do nothing but fishing. Day 21, it is still raining, but some of my crops are ready, so I decided to pick them. Some of my strawberries are also ready because I did use one of the like speed grow things on them, so only a couple of them are ready. I also noticed there's like a random little jump there. I don't know what happened when I was editing that, but I've noticed it now that I'm doing voiceover. I also got really impatient here waiting for Clint to open, which happens all the time. But I decided to break open some geodes to see if I could put some more things in the museum because I didn't really know what else to do today. It kind of got to the point where I was kind of confused with what to do. I didn't want to go to the mines and I didn't really want to do fishing. So I kind of just decided to see if I could put some stuff in the museum, even though the museum wasn't really a top priority at this point. I wasn't really trying to fill out the museum, but I was still enjoying filling out the museum, if that makes sense. I also did decide to upgrade my copper axe because I wanted to start getting some hardwood. And as you can see, the museum is slightly coming together. I don't have much, but I did want to start actually filling it out more. And as the video does start to progress later on in the further in the challenge, it does start to look a lot better than this. At the moment, it does look quite bland. Day 22, I decided to go with the bat cave so that I could get the fruits. I had to give a cauliflower to Jody, and then I decided to finally buy the barn because I had enough resources and money for it. I also leveled up my farming to level 5 and I chose the tiller profession. Day 23 and my copper axe was finally ready. Day 24 and the only good footage I have is of ticking off the barn completion. Day 25 and apparently I called it quits straight away. Day 26 and I decided to finally fence off my barn area so that I could go buy some cows. I have no idea why I made this look so incredibly hard to put the fence down, but enjoy me struggling. I also bought my first cow. And then straight after decided I had enough money, so I was going to buy my first chicken as well. So that is two kind of parts of my challenge, also semi-complete. Day 27 and we are almost finished with spring, so I decided it was time to upgrade my house, and I also upgraded my mod textures. And the last day of spring, I decided to head into the mines to see how much further I could get. And surprisingly, I did a lot better than I thought and managed to get down to level 90, which leaves me with only a few levels left, and I did get the ossified blade. Well, I hope you are enjoying the video so far, and I really do hope you stick around for the next installment of my series, which will be the summer video.